Yo, here we go. Hump day workout is a good one. So when you come to class, we've got squatting on the board. You are gonna have a great amount of time in class to work on strengthening your squat. Okay, and then the workout following is gonna be 3 rounds, where each round you have 5 stations and you do a 1-minute AMRAP at each station. So each station is a different movement. Okay, you're gonna have a dumbbell box step up. You're gonna have ball slams, dumbbell snatches, wall balls, and then machine for calories. Okay, so each minute it's go as hard as you can. Once you finish one round that's 5 minutes long, you're gonna take a 2-minute break before you get into round 2. 5 minutes work, 2-minute break, and then you get into round 3. So similar to if you've done Fight Gone Bad, just a little longer rest, and we changed up the movements, right? These movements are meant to be really accessible so that you can keep the intensity up. And what I mean by accessible is like moving through with proper range of motion, pain-free. And so when you come into class, that's gonna be a huge part of what I want you to do, is if you see a move on the board that you know is gonna give you pain, not just be uncomfortable because it's hard to do, but like not good on the joints, fire in areas of the body you don't want to have, then that's the time where you tell your coach, hey coach, I need to scale this thing because it's bothering me this way, right? So that's what I encourage you to do, because we really want high intensity during the Metcon, and then we're going to practice great strength out of our squat. So one of the things that I've been hearing from more people lately, maybe because we've been running, doing a lot more body weight stuff on our own, is that in coming back as we've been getting to the weights, I've been hearing folks mentioning that their knees aren't feeling great, that sometimes front of the knee is a little bit sore, what have you, and that the squat has been activating that discomfort, right? Not feeling great. So one of the things that we know for sure about squatting is when you send the weight in your feet to the forward to the balls of your feet, and then we initiate our squat, the first thing that begins to bend are those knees, and those knees will go way forward, right? If my weight is on the front of my feet or the balls of my feet, right behind my toes, right? As I start to squat, you're gonna send those knees way forward so much that your heels may be lifting off the ground. And we've talked about this in class. If I'm hitting the bottom of my squat, but my heels are off the ground, you can almost see that. Let me lower this camera a little bit. So if I drop to the bottom of my squat and those heels come off the ground, all of a sudden my mass, my body weight, you can see the how flex those muscles is loaded in my joints. My ankles are supporting it, right? My toe joints are supporting it. My knee joints are supporting all my weight right now. The musculature is working a little bit for sure, but it's not as active as it's gonna be as if we can pull those heels down to the ground and then drive those knees out to make sure that they're tracking in line with your toes. Okay, so when we say knees out, normally what we see happening is this. Maybe people finally got those heels down and then the knees cave in. So knees out means we're trying to drive those knees to line up with the line that your toes are in so that you have that really solid foundation to come out of. So if you're feeling knee pain, or if you're like, wait, I don't think I keep my heels down when I squat, then this is the first thing you got to work on today before your strength training. It's really warming up a new movement pattern so that you don't repeat the same mistakes and then continue to aggravate your joints, right? So your new movement pattern is not weight on the balls of my feet, knees going forward, but we want to do the opposite of that. I want you to send the weight to the heels, still keep your toes down. I'm not like on my heels, my toes can wiggle free off the ground, but my weight is over my heel, that heel bone, and your toes stay down on the ground, right? The next part in your squat is not those knees bending to come forward, but feeling your hips drop back right over your heels, and then again, those knees staying in line with your toes, right? So one more time, you sit back, weight over those heels, and my knees are trying to line up right with my toes. I'm not letting it cave in, because if you cave in, that back rounds and shuts off. We want to stay nice and active all the way down and up through your squat. That's my tip. When you hear people say, keep your weight back, weight in your heels, what they're talking about is they're trying to protect those joints, make your muscles do the work, and keep you working for a lot longer. Yeah? All right, have a great day.